Thanks for watching, everybody. This is Modern Classics, and today we're working on a 1953 CZ52. And I'm going to skip the field strip of the slide and just get right to it. So I ordered some parts finally. They came in. Still waiting for a couple more pieces. But since I've picked this gun up, been shooting it a little bit, going through it, swapping over to the 9mm barrel. So I got some extra pieces today to have two complete barrels. That way I can swap them out. Also waiting for a range of springs from Wolf, both for the magazine, because I did find that the magazine, out of two of them, one of them, the spring was fatigued, and also the follower's hanging up. So I'm going to smooth that out, put the new springs in there. The slide wasn't locking back. I was having some feeding problems, major feeding problems actually, and want to set the 7.62 barrel up with new Harrington hardened rollers. Ordered a new cam lock and some new pins. And I also ordered a new firing pin from Harrington. It's hardened and it has a little return spring on it. Did also get a new detent, and Harrington also sent a detent spring as well. So we're going to take a look at all those. So right now I actually have the slide apart. The barrel's out of it. And we're going to remove the firing pin. And how we're going to do that is we're going to just push down on this little detent right here. It's spring loaded. It actually locks the firing pin. And then with some needle nose pliers and a little persuasion probably downwards. Oh, there it goes. All right, so here's the original firing pin. And it's basically just a cast metal. And if you dry fire them right here at the tip, it gets hardened and then it'll actually snap off, making the firing pin inoperable. So I decided to go with the Harrington pin. I didn't pull it out of the packaging yet, but as you can see, it's right here. It's a little bit different in design. It's got the spring up at the top here, and it's hardened. I believe they have it to about 42 Rockwell. Got a new extractor here as well. There's a little relief on the top here. Hopefully that'll help out with a little bit with the 9mm feeding. And here's a set of the rollers. Actually ordered two sets. They forgot to send one, and they were obliging. And they're going to send me another set here in the mail, no questions asked. So they were really easy to deal with. Did get some new springs here as well. So one's for the extractor, the other one's for the firing pin safety detent. And I have a new roll pin here as well. Just some extra pieces as needed. Like I said, ordered some Wolf springs. Hopefully they'll show up here in the next couple days. Everything else shipped real fast. I got it within a few days. But I did order a range from 12.5 to 18.5, with being 12.5, 14.5, 16.5, 18.5 on the recoil spring. I'm going to try the two heavier ones with the 7.62 barrel and the lighter ones with the 9. Actually 14.5 is stock. So and I did get some new roll pins as well for the barrel cam lock there. All right, so now that we have that apart, I'm going to thoroughly clean this. This is kind of gritty. It's got some residue built up on it. Here's the spring itself. That's a little gritty as well, so we're just going to pop that out. And I was comparing the new old stock firing pin detent because I wanted to have a couple spare parts for these old guns. Just never know if you're going to get any more. They look very similar. This one's slightly different. Found the same thing with the roller cam lock here. There's a little bit of play right in here. Compared to the other ones, it's a lot tighter in that slot there. So it is what it is. New old stock parts. And like I said, we're going to replace the hardened roller bearings, both on the 9 and the 7.62. So those are some of the projects we're going to be working on today. upgrading this gun. I was really excited about it. Like I said, we got some new springs, firing pin, extractor, cam roller lock, hardened rollers, some new detents, and we're going to tune this thing up and take it back out to the range. Hopefully, we'll have some success there with the 9. And now I have some 7.62 by 25 from the PPU manufacturing. Had some surplus stuff. I was having some failure to fires and some case cracking. I just didn't want to take the chance, so I got rid of it. It was old corrosive stuff, anyways. Had burnt-in primer, so you couldn't reload it. And yeah, we're just going to start with some new ammo and eventually get to reloading with some Hornady. So they make some nice loads there. So, all right, thanks for watching. I'm going to cut out here for a moment and then come back in when we're ready to take the extractor apart. All right, so we're going to remove the extractor here. What we have to do is just take a punch. We're going to come from the inside of the slide, and we're just going to support the slide and just carefully kind of tap that out. There it goes. Pins out completely, and now we can remove our extractor. There we go. The spring. All right, so I'm not really sure when the last time this gun was fully detail stripped. So as long as we're got this thing apart here, changing out some of these components, we're going to clean this real well because there's probably a bunch of residue, gunpowder, just kind of some grime in there. So I'm just going to take a Q-tip. We're going to use some of this number 9, the Hoppe's, and just kind of, we're going to clean down the bore here. Make sure when we put that new firing pin in there, it's going to work well. Yeah, look at all that. So let's soak in a little bit. We're going to come in here too on the side and just clean in there. Probably take a couple of them. Just take a clean one too and just sure we got all that out of there. So I think it's looking pretty good now. So we're good here. All right, so we got the extractor here as well, and I don't know if you can see it, but that was kind of grimy too. This one we're just gonna clean it up, and we're gonna put it away, keep it as a spare. There's really, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but while I was on Harrington's website, I saw that they had an updated extractor, which essentially they're the same. But really what the difference looks like is right here, and also they kind of machine a groove right right there as well. So little valley. All right, so we got the new extractor back in there. The pin's seated. Everything looks good. We're gonna put the D10 in here. Now I got a new spring from Harrington. This one fits a little looser, but we're just gonna go for it. All right, so we got the 7.62 by 25 barrel here, and we got these new Harrington rollers. We're going to go ahead and put those in. Just go in these little channels right here. One there, one there. Put the cam on, and then we're going to put the pin in there. All right, well, there you have it. We have our 7.62 by 25 barrel put back together. It's got the new Harrington rollers in there. I wound up taking the original cam lock out of the 9 barrel that I'd swapped out and put it back in this one just because this fit a little bit better, and the 7.62 is a more powerful round, so I figured a little bit tighter tolerances on this barrel setup than as opposed to the 9. And just waiting for the recoil spring to show back up from Wolf, and put a new firing pin safety detent in there with Harrington sent me a spring. It's a little lighter than the original one that was in there, so I want to put the original one in a bag with the original detent and put that off to the side for spare parts. And we got our updated firing pin in here as well. So we're just gonna put this back together. All right, so we're going to continue working on the CZ52, and what I noticed with this particular magazine is that the spring is fatigued, and when you push down on the follower, just the front pushes down, the slide doesn't lock open, and you'll see once I take this apart as well, there's a little bit of a hang up in here. There's probably some kind of burr or something that needs to be relieved for the follower to move up and down freely. But again, the spring is fatigued, and if we have the two side by side, the other one when you push on it goes straight down. This one when you push on it, the front pushes down, and I think that's part of what was going on with the failure to feed, especially with the 9mm. The 7.62, because of the bottleneck design, probably was okay. I didn't really seem to have any problems with it, but when I switched over to the 9. That's when I started to experience some issues. And so we're going to take this apart. There's just a little bit of a detent down here at the bottom that catches the floor plate. Just push that out of the side. That detent is part of the spring. And slide that off. We're going to take the spring out. And you can see here, that's just hanging up right in there. So we want that follower to be nice and smooth. You can hear how it kind of clicks and hangs up on something. And we're just going to relieve that. And now you can see the follower moves freely. So that's exactly what we're looking for. All right, so we got our magazines working properly now. As you can see, the follower just slips right out in the bore there, which for the magazine, looks like everything's good to go. And I did receive my magazine springs from Wolf. So here's the new one. Here's the one that was the magazine that was working okay, but you can see these are a +10, so they're a little bit longer. And here's the faulty one, and you can see how much it was compress. It's about 1/4 inch shorter than the one that was doing an okay job. So we're going to put these together and make sure everything's working properly. So after I assembled the magazines with the new Wolf springs, the +10 rating, I had done a little bit of work to the follower on the one magazine, had to relieve the inside of the mag just because the follower was hanging up. Put everything back together with the new equipment, was checking everything over on the one magazine that initially didn't give me any trouble. The slide stayed locked open. You would release the magazines, the slide would stay open as well. But with the other magazine, I didn't have real good positive engagement on the slide staying open with the empty magazine. And then when I would pop the magazine out, the slide on occasion would slap closed as well. So I did a little bit more work, took them apart, wound up bending the follower out a little bit on the ears just to give a little bit more resistance against the walls of the front and the back of the magazine. So as you can see, with the mag, nice positive engagement. You open up the mag and the slide stays in place. And again, just locks in nicely. Here's the other magazine. Same, locks nicely, and no problem with ejecting the magazine and the slide falling forward. So up until this point, I've replaced the extractor with a Harrington one. It has a little relief where the bullet would chamber. We got the 7.62 back in here with the Harrington updated rollers, the new old stock roller cam, and we got some new magazine springs in here. The magazines are working, looks like 100% now. I'm going to run some rounds through there, just make sure everything's feeding properly, running smoothly. But everything seems to be really good. Looking forward to shooting this again. Everything's working as it should be. So really next step is I got some other springs from Wolf for the barrels. And I'm going to start with the 16.5. So I'll just take everything apart, put the 16.5, label the one that came out of it. That way, I can just compare it to the other ones and see if I can tell any difference.